So a Ryerson student was killed in a downtown shooting.
Yeah.
They're remembered as a passionate writer and a good friend. So the article says the fatal shooting of a 20-year-old Ryerson student in downtown Toronto has left an entire school community in shock and grieving. Toronto police have identified the victim as Olivier Dundas, a journalism student at Ryerson University. He was such a good person. I don't know why anyone would do what they did. Curtis Martin, who first met Dundas in his first year of university, told CTV News Toronto. Martin said Dundas was a founding member of Over the Line, a digital sports publication run by students, and is being remembered as a good writer, but more importantly, a good friend. I want him remembered as a guy who could be serious and really was passionate about what he did. But at the same time, if someone was down, he was there giving us a good laugh, he said. So, shout out to Olivier and condolences to his family. A fellow journalism, or I could say like a fellow media, personality. We should send our condolences. But what do you have to say about this? I'd like to hear your opinion, Paulo, on that.
It's unfortunate. It's always unfortunate because it didn't seem like he was really caught up in anything. Uh,
Right.
but that's what's being told to me through the articles, and his friends kind of all corroborate the same thing. But unfortunate that he had to meet his untimely demise at the hands of like someone we at this time we still don't even know why they did it. I mean, you could always speculate. Maybe it was mistaken identity. Maybe it was just hot heads and unable to resolve or de-escalate a situation. And sometimes some people walk around with that steel on them, right? The equalizer, and just kind of feel like untouchable. And some person maybe, who knows? You could speculate and say maybe Olivia maybe accidentally knocked into dude, and Olivia wasn't trying to have anything, and dude might have been just off the liquor with the gun on him, and his friends might have been, because it was 3 people that were arrested, I believe.
Yeah, 3 people. Yeah,
Maybe
they
the
got
friends
3
were
people.
amping him, going like, yo, this and third, and dude with the gun was like, yo, I'm off the liquor, peer pressure, I gotta let one go, and then that might
Yeah,
have been that. You can always speculate that happened, but it was
yeah,
probably just
no,
an unfortunate event, and just a time and place and actions. And if only cooler heads prevailed, maybe certain things would have, the narrative would have been different. But it's unfortunate that young man lost his life, aspiring to be in this journalism industry, and his friends and his families are going to have something to mourn about. Hopefully, justice is served. But I don't know what else to say, man.
right. I mean, you like the article said, he had aspirations. Like he put together his own. I think it was student group or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
Even the university put out a statement indicating that it is with deep sadness that we can confirm that Olivier Dundas, who was indeed a member of our student community, died over the weekend. And on behalf of Ryerson University, we extend our deepest sympathies to the student's family, friends, and loved ones. Um, this seems to be now. You could correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it seems to be the theme around like the Toronto area, man. Like people, a lot of stuff happening in terms of the violence, or am I just oversimplifying things? And maybe it's just this just hits home a little bit deeper because the perception is he wasn't caught up in the street life.
Uh, I guess it's the street life. It's the more so. I guess he wasn't caught up in the street life, but doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Right.
Like whether you're caught up in the street, sometimes like some people might just But he's a 20-year-old person. I don't, and his friends. Let me reel it back. He was 20 years old. He was in school. He was a part of a club, a journalism club. Uh, I mean, you as someone outside looking in, it didn't really look like he might have been tapped into anything that would have been, garnered him to, be, shot in such a brazen way. But like I said, who knows? Sometimes, certain things might happen where cooler heads could have prevailed, or, but I don't want to say like that's a narrative
Right.
of what Toronto going on. I think that is just that a lot of the things that, I mean, the black community is surrounded by in terms of like hip hop music and urban culture. We often see those black figures, pass away by gun violence, where that's not necessarily overall narrative of what's going on in Toronto, because oftentimes like this place is pretty, Toronto, the GTA is pretty safe in terms of like, violent crimes.
Yeah.
It just don't let. But like at the same time, like I might be saying this, but like there's some person ignorant in the hood, ignorant in some part of the suburbs, or like they endorse a lot of the bullshit, or they go like, nah, this not no soft area. This is we get it cracking, and it's like if you're getting it cracking, like we should see more, unfortunate stories like this all the time, where
Right.
we see like a few and far sad stories like this, where uh, I don't know if this is random acts of violence or if this was something that could have been prevented by like using a rational. But sometimes, hey, you take a life. When you take someone's life, you run the risk of losing yours, and these young men run the risk of losing their life to the prison system.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's how the world works, right?
Yeah,
It's a balancing act. You know what I mean? And up till now, the police didn't give us any sort of motive or anything like that. So it says that the three accused are scheduled to appear in court on February 15th. So we'll have to see what happens after February 15th if they provide any motives or updates in regards to what happened.